Yo, 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 yo. What up, everybody? Thanks for watching. This is the Grind2Hard podcast. I'm Chef Clay, and today we have a special guest, Diego Lucero. I appreciate you, man, coming on the show, dude. This is a gentleman that is following me on Instagram, and I've followed back, seen his growth, and I want to thank you for coming on the show, man. Appreciate you.
Respect.
Talk about yourself, man. Like exactly, how would you describe yourself right now? Like, what is your
where I'm at? What am I doing?
Yeah.
Well, first, brother, thanks so much for having me on and talking with me. You know, I'm in the early stages of my chef career, and I was like, I need to connect with someone.
There you go.
Who I see grinding, putting in that work.
Every
day. So I appreciate.
That's what I wanted to hear, man. This dude's a chef, man, and I see him doing his work. He's really he's going for that professionalism and everything that he does. So when he reached out to me the other day, it was like a perfect guest for the podcast, and is actually somebody that I hardly know. So I can't wait to get to know you, Diego. It's a pleasure. Thanks for being on the show, man. Diego Lucero, you'll see him at Let Diego Cook on Instagram.
Yes, sir.
One of the things that he does most is work at the Texas Culinary Institute as a teacher, right? And how do you like that?
It's amazing, dude. Yeah. It's like exactly what El Paso needed, you know, like I think we've done a lot of the going out, you know, so now this is a way for people to connect with each other.
Right.
And a lot of what I push is like farm to table stuff, you know, because I really value, I think we're in a world that's eating a bunch of trash that's killing our bodies.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So that's what I push in the class. I do a class called Garden Gourmet. So that's a collaboration with Bodega Loya in Socorro. They're a local farm.
Bodega Loya chef. Yeah. Okay, and you can see them at Instagram too. Bodega Loya chef.
Well, their Instagram is Bodega Loya. That's the farm if you want to follow them, and they have information about their opening hours, which is only on the weekends. They're open on the weekends, but they have different people they collaborate with, and they offer their veggies year round, you know. But
awesome. Yeah,
Bodega Loya Chef is my handle. That's my collaboration with the farm.
Oh, okay.
Basically, what that is media content. It's for example, I did a Bodega Loya pizza on there. I've done like apple pies with their stuff. Okay. Like a lot of vegan stuff. So
it's just a collaboration they have product that they called you as a chef to like make some food and do some pictures and production. Okay, that's great. That's awesome. And then the other thing that I've noticed about you, little trait that you call you a modular synthesizer and a composer. So I like that. Tell me about that. Tell me about that.
Yeah. So my two passions are music and food. You know, that's what I love. So I've been making music 10 years plus, you know. So I'm a producer along with my brother, and I like house music. That's mostly what I do, house. But I do like house, reggaeton, hip hop, some collaborations. I actually did a song that I'm proud of. It's not out yet, but it's this. I got this connection with this guy from London, and we did a collaboration. So it's just super cool to hear this guy with that London accent on one of my tunes. You know, it's dope. Yeah. But yeah, so that's what that's about. It's
that's
just
cool,
I make
man.
music with my
And how can they find out? Is there any way to find you as like your music and stuff like that?
Yeah. So
is it like
EP9. Yeah, EP9, but I'm gonna rebrand that. So
okay. But yeah,
not yet.
If they want to check something.
But actually, if you want to hear my music, all my videos, my food videos, I make all the music for them. So mostly all of them. Like
nice.
Yeah. So you'll hear them, and
so like on your Instagram page, all the music. That's fucking badass, man.
Yeah. If I didn't like put a song there, like it's EP9. It'll say EP9, or me and my brother were called Liquid Sugar.
Liquid Sugar. I was gonna say, what's your DJ set name?
Yeah, that's our name.
Liquid Sugar. I like that, man.
So you'll see that in the video, Liquid Sugar. Yeah.
So you and your brother, did you guys grow up here in El Paso? Yeah, from 915. What school did you guys graduate from?
East Side, right here, Americas. I went to Americas.
Okay, nice.
But all my fam went to Mission. I don't know if you know
Mission Valley,
Mission Early College.
Oh, no, I never heard of that.
It's like those colleges where you graduate with an associate's degree.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so you get your high school diploma and associate's degree.
Nice. Yeah, that seems like a badass program, man. Is it public or private? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, they're all over El Paso, so it's a good place to go.
So growing up, did you cook? Did you cook for yourself?
Yeah. So I've always cooked all my life. For sure, I learned from my dad.
Okay.
My dad taught me a lot. He had a love for food.
He's the one who cooked in the household? Yeah.
And he always did a lot of different cultures. We always ate Indian food for sure, like curry, butter chicken.
Nice. Where did he get his influence from, cooking wise?
He just loves it, honestly.
Yeah, nice.
He gets down on the...
He'd open up a recipe book and just bust it out?
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
He's going to watch this, so that you should make that recipe book. But,
nice.
No, he's more like of a writer, reading. He's an English major, so that's what he likes. He's very like big on punctuation and all that. Like if I have a mistake in my sentences or whatever, you know, he's
like
always
literature probably too.
Yeah. So, but he's always loved food, and that's what I learned.
So as you're growing up, you've seen him cook in the kitchen, and like, did you ever imitate him? Like you try to make those dishes and stuff like that as you were young? Yeah,
I mean, I was always with him, but I think none of us had like, he didn't have a professional cooking career. The only my mom's grandparents I know owned a restaurant. But I think that's the closest anybody in the family being close to food, you know. And
so as you're going through high school and they're telling you like you need to pick your career and all this stuff, like was food in that aspect, or what were you thinking?
So like my parents really push education, you know. So I wanted to be a chef. They were kind of like get like a degree, you know, like more engineering, whatever. So
that's smart. I did that.
Yeah,
because of like financially, right?
Yeah, like backup plan. So my mom was like, give me a degree and then you could do whatever you want. So that's what I did.
I like that.
That's what she pushed all her kids to do.
Okay.
So I went to UTEP. Well, before that, I mean, my cooking career started at Crave. I don't know if you've been Crave.
So in high school or before college?
Yeah, in high school.
Damn, nice. Okay.
Yeah, like
that'll give you some inspiration. Yeah, for sure, man. That kitchen's doing some.
They're dope.
Well, especially what year was this?
11.
11, yeah.
I was a junior.
That's when it was popping off, man. They had like
the burger nights were crazy, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it was like different, you know what I mean? Like had that culinary swing, you know what I mean? Like breaking into like, you know what I mean? This is pretty fancy, you know what I'm saying? So that's cool.
It's a great place. Like they do a lot of the food from scratch, the soups, the sauces. You know, we're doing all that from scratch. So I definitely learned a lot. I loved working there. But it's tough. You know, working in the line is tough.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And they don't start you in the, you know, they start you at the bottom with the fry side, right? So you got to work yourself up. So what's that transition? You were in high school working at Crave, and then you graduated.
Yeah.
Still working.
Yeah. Well, I graduated with a degree in engineering leadership.
Oh, I'm sorry, but high school. When you graduated high school, were you working?
Yeah. I was working at Crave for a while.
In college too.
Yeah, I went to PCC for a bit.
Okay.
And I still stayed at Crave, but then I was done. I was there for like 4 or 5 years. I'm like, all right. And then I didn't want to do management, so I went to Sprouts. And that was a great place to work too. I was in the meat department, but
Chef Simeon said he worked at Sprouts too. I don't know if you know him. He's gonna open up Aura, and he works at Legends. Yeah, he's a chef here in town. Chef Sims. But so you were saying?
Yeah. I mean, I worked at Crave for a bit, and then so I went to Sprouts, and I'm so happy I worked there because I think a lot of people are scared of the organic, it's too expensive, you know, like they're scared. But me being there all those years and seeing that, buy the stuff on special. The stuff on special is like way cheaper than Walmart, and it's high quality ingredients. You know, that you don't have to worry, where's this from? What did they spray on there? Like, I feel like their source is better.
Absolutely, yeah. You can tell in the color of the fruit, color of the vegetables. There's not any like romaine that's wilty. They actually have somebody over there that like takes care of all and manages all that. You know what I mean? It's high quality product at Sprouts for sure, and then Whole Foods as well, man. Those are the two places that I shop as a personal chef. So yeah,
it's too far for me.
Is it?
I would go to Whole Foods, but
honestly, but Sprouts is one of my main because I live on the east side as well. And then when I'm traveling to the west, I'll stop by Whole Foods and get I'll definitely, especially for the meats. I don't know if you I mean, just recently they got more into the packaging. I don't know if you want to check that out. Whole Foods is kind of weird, but like we really liked the you know, like the personable, you know, butchers hooking us up and giving us the nice cuts of meat and stuff like that. So but yeah,
they stopped that or what?
Yeah, man, the other day I was there, like, let me get this. Oh, it's over there in the refrigerator. Let me get that then. Oh, it's over there in the refrigerator. I'm like, the fuck? All right, cool, thanks, man. Have a nice day. But no, I mean, like, for real, like those are high quality places that you can shop in town for, you know, even like their pastas. I mean, you can get cream at a high quality, you know what I mean? Like
in season fruits.
In season
fruits and veggies, they have a lot of that. So
yeah. That's butter at an option, you know what I mean? Like what type of butter you want and stuff like that. And even like Whole Foods butter is probably the best price. Really? Yeah, definitely. Like
price?
Yeah, definitely for Sprouts too. that their brand, whatever their brand is, because it's like the same high quality.
Yeah.
And then it's their brand. I think it's like $5 for $4.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
So yeah.
Sprouts.
Yeah, I worked at Sprouts.
Yeah. So what departments did you work in?
Mostly meat department. Yeah, I mean that was it. But cool. I enjoyed my time there for sure.
And then and then what, you were about to graduate working at Sprouts?
Yeah, and I graduated, and then I did engineering in the oil field.
Wow, man! So you have an engineering degree.
Yeah.
Badass, man. That's fucking badass, dude. Seriously, like it's not easy. There's like a lot of math and physics and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it was tough. I was like, I don't know how I did it. I mean, it was tough, but I did it.
Yeah, exactly. And then that's what I'd say about like getting a degree. It's tough. It's not about like, oh, when you graduate you're a smarter person, like ding, you're smarter. No, it's like like you went through this trial and error, you made it to class, you got those grades and all that stuff, you know what I mean? And that's what people see your resume as, you know what I'm saying? They're not like, oh, you're an engineer. It's like that's not the actual reality of it. I studied to be an engineer, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what the degree shows, but it also shows
like
the time you put in. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, much respect for that, man. Much respect, dude.
Thanks.
So you have your engineering degree. You said you worked in the oil fields.
Yeah,
what year was this?
I don't know, maybe 18 through 21.
Okay.
But that was great because that period in my life was when I was like, it doesn't feel right, like doing this. So I was like, I gotta volunteer. So I found this farm in Socorro, and they need volunteers. So I went, and we just did like those little mounds, I forgot what they're called, but just to plant stuff. Because I want to do something like to connect with nature,
Sure.
So I helped them out, and that was it. And then like it turns out like a year later that I know the owners, I know their son. I worked with him at Crave. And he's like, hey, you want to make content for us? Like we'll give you veggies and then make us a video. And I'm like, oh yeah, dude. Like, and it's crazy because I've done that my whole life.
Yeah, definitely.
And so that's what got me connected with the farm. And then I ended up coming back to El Paso eventually, and
so I'm sorry, the opportunity, like what do you think where do you think the opportunity came from? What stemmed from, like, because like that kind of changed your view? Like you were probably like, okay, I like the oil fields.
Yeah.
No,
I hated the oil fields.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I mean,
how about the money?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, the money's dope.
So you're kind of a passionate person then. You realize what you like in life. Yeah, definitely. Because I don't imagine 9 times out of 10 people, man, would be like, I'm an engineer, I'm gonna get this money, man. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
I did. I definitely went through that. I had my car, my sports car. I had a Stinger. Yeah. With my blow off valves and the turbos.
Damn.
And but I broke that. But nice. I still got it. I'll still. But I definitely, not by. For me, what was a lot of money, I'm like, I think I went through that. I had like a little taste of like having money and like
having money to blow.
and being like not happy,
Yeah, exactly. So, and that's the thing. One of the books that I read when I first like really was like, okay, I'm gonna be an entrepreneur. I'm gonna get out there and do this business thing. But like, what helped me like do some self-realization was reading a book. And getting into meditation.
Which one?
The book that I read was called The Monk That Sold His Ferrari. And this book is like tremendous, man, because it's like a story. I mean, it's not like how to meditate or anything like that, but it's like a story of a man that like did something like that where he had a great job. He went to, did the work, had a great job, making great money, lived the life. He wasn't happy. Like he wasn't truly happy. And he's like, am I going to find this happiness? I have money, let me go find it. And he runs in the story basically where he finds somebody happy and like, what's your story? Well, one day I just gave up everything. I went up this hill to this found this monastery where monks were, and I just learned about a simpler life, right? And then it goes into like like letting go of all the material things, and you know what I mean? Like, so it kind of gives you a cerebral, kind of like a spiritual look about life and business, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Because it's hard out here. You got to take care of yourself. You got to support yourself. If you want a wife or a spouse, you know what I mean? You got to be supportive, financially. You gotta be a provider. Yeah, and then also like mentally, you know what I mean? Like every day we go through things, you got to support, you know what I'm saying? So, life is crazy. So this book kind of spurred me to understand, okay, well, let me understand meditation, because I want to realize what my passions are and stuff like that. So meditation, really, I locked on with Dr. Dispenza.
Yeah,
Joe Dispenza. Absolutely, man. He's a former neurosurgeon, so he was just like you, a neurosurgeon, not only making the money, but I mean he's helping people by going inside their brain and doing surgery. So he actually got out of that because he's knows so much in how the brain works. He wants to help people realize, like, first learn how the brain works, right? And then if you want to meditate, but learn how the brain works so you can function in life and make the right decisions. You know, when you get up in the morning, you think that, you know what I mean, like, oh, breakfast. No, you actually woke up and you thought about, I'm going to open up the fridge. I'm going to get the milk. I'm going to get the cereal. I'm going to get the bowl. I'm going to pour the cereal. I'm going to make, you know what I mean? You saw that in your head before you actually did it in the physical world. That's time, space. Exactly. And he talks about that, you know what I mean?
It's like manifest. You do manifest.
You do absolutely manifest things. Absolutely. And I did a meditation at that point, right there at that point when I realized meditation was called future self. And I pictured myself in a kid, and I say this 100 times. If you watch the show, you know what I've said this, but this is absolutely 100% true, is I dreamed of, like, I would close my eyes and I would be in the fancy kitchen and I'd be like cooking food, and then somebody would turn the corner and be like, hey chef, what's for dinner? And I'd be like, hey, how you doing? And, you know, making some fancy ass fucking food, man. And I did it, bro. I fucking got there. You know what I'm saying? So manifestation is absolutely real. But it has to do, it's a lot of work mentally, you know what I mean? Like self-actualization, figuring out your traumas, and then dealing with your traumas, you know what I mean? Because you give yourself headspace to go out there in the world and bang your head against these walls that it takes to, you know, break them down, you know what I mean? Like getting opportunities, you know, they come. They come, and if you're lucky, you jump at them. You're ready for the opportunity, you jump at it. But if you're not, you have to create those opportunities. And I'm looking right in the camera, and like that's the absolute truth. You have to create your own opportunities in life. Don't wait for somebody to give you an opportunity in life. It's not going to happen. I waited a long time, man. I worked in restaurants 20 years, culinary arts degree, love, passion for food and serving and service. And, you know, and I'll be honest with you, like even at Delaney's, you remember Delaney's Steakhouse? It was here in El Paso off Lee Trevino. I fucked up. I opportunities that could have come away, I made bad decisions, you know what I mean? So that's part of life too. I could have been a manager at the steakhouse and learned a lot more than I did. But, you know, like I put myself behind the gun, and I was actually like, struggling to get a 40-hour schedule, you know, working as a bartender, as a waiter, and then getting hours as a chef, so I could actually have a full schedule and provide.
Why were you going that hard though? I mean,
why?
I mean, I feel like your time was non-existent for yourself. No, I mean,
well, at that time I was married. I was like I had a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old daughter, and I was married. We lived in her parents' apartment, or no, her parents' house. You know what I mean? So I was like, all I got to do is work. Yeah. That is my main MO, is to work right now. I don't have anything else to do but to work and provide and come home, basically. You know what I mean? And I struggled, man. I don't know how we got into this, but like, I struggled to be a good husband and come home. You know what I mean? Like, and then also like to provide. It was like waiting tables. I would get like $20-30, right, to come home at night, and then a $2.13 check at 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Okay, plus, let me pick up some hours bartending, right? Another $20-30, maybe in a good night, $100. Some fancy guy would come in and drop $100, right? You know, so I mean, it's just more of like the hustle. Like you just don't stop. You know what I mean? Like, okay, maybe a chef. Okay, cool. You're a fry side. Oh, well, how many hours? 25. What the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, I want to work for you. Let me put in the work. I'll put in the time and I'll be a chef. Nothing, right? And so like, okay, well, I put in the time. I see your bartender's leaving. Like, let me bartend. No, you're gonna have to wait tables first. Okay, let me wait tables then. And I learned the trade, right? Bro, and you go behind. You're a chef that's been there for a while, but like, there's these waiters that are like, you know, whatever, and like they pick up their food. But now you're behind them. Now they're training you. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of humbleness and biting the bullet. You know what I'm saying? But like for a cause. You know what I mean? Not only was I like, I'm gonna provide and get the full schedule. I was like, I'm gonna learn your job and I'm gonna do it better. You know what I'm saying? And at that time, like, I didn't realize learning their job makes you such a better chef, dude. Like, and leader. And a leader, absolutely, man. Because, dude, you got to give them the benefit of the doubt so many times. Like, as a chef, you're back there like, man, hurry the fuck up. You know, get order in. Like, don't tell me on the fly. Don't tell me on the fly, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But now you're like, no, here's it on the fly. And then later you're like, hey, man, you're a fucking idiot, man. What happened with that? You know, I'm like, my fault, chef. You know what I mean? I did this. And there's a respect, dude. There's a respect. You know what I mean? Because ultimately, what are we doing it for? The customer, the person sitting down. They want experience with the food, with the restaurant, with the people, and everything else. So that's the main goal, man. And those years doing those 40 hours, trying to get 40 hours was such an experience, man. Seriously, like really made me into a good. Like I don't want to stay at that point. I wanted to be a restaurateur, right? I really wanted to like open up a restaurant and get my own Delaney's. That was what I wanted to do at that point. Yeah, but like you wanted to be the chef of that restaurant? No, I wanted to be the owner and control, like maybe the executive chef. You know what I mean? Where you're not so much holding a pan, but like it's your restaurant with your name, and you know, like, cause like that's a good question, because it makes me want to talk, man. Honestly, like when I was coming up, I was 16 years old. I worked at a Italian trattoria, and this chef would bust his ass, man. Like seriously, like he'd fucking fly pans out. Shit was flying everywhere.
Pasta, or what was it?
It was a trattoria, so we did pasta. You know, they had baked chicken, desserts. You know what I mean? Fresh pizzas, all that stuff. You know what I mean? This guy would work 1,000 miles an hour, and I was always like, why the fuck is he working so fucking hard? Maybe he's a passionate chef. You know, whatever. I realized later that he would finish 5-10 minutes before they closed, so that he could go out there, through his apron and say, how you doing? How's your day? Thanks for coming. How's the family? You know, like, what'd you have? Yeah, for the customers, man, for the fucking customers.
I do that. And I think it's important.
It's very important, yeah. At the Lola Rose, they do that, man, yeah. And
really?
They take the time, yeah. Marco will come out. Oscar definitely will come out and greet you. How's your food? You know, something like that.
It does. It's so special. I do that for, across Bodega, there's Wine Down. Have you been?
Wine Down?
Wine Down?
No.
They're a winery, and they source their wines from New Mexico and Texas, Chihuahua. They try to source their wines locally.
Right.
But I connected with them through Bodega, and they're like, well, the first thing we did for them was a Valentine's Day dinner. So that was tough because we don't have like a full kitchen, you know. So they have the establishment, they have their servers, they sell wine, they have table, obviously, but they don't have the kitchen, and so that's when they reached out to Bodega and they brought me in. So I had to do like a 4-course Valentine's dinner with no full kitchen, you know, like no grill, no burners. So, but we pulled it off, and that was for 33 couples. That was crazy, dude. Like we all jumped in the fire and we pulled it off. You know?
That's awesome, man. And at the end, isn't that fucking badass? Like, damn, I don't know how the fuck we did it, but we got that shit done and it was fucking nice. You know what I'm saying? That shit tasted good. You know what I mean? Like exactly. That's an experience. That's an accomplishment for sure, man. For sure.
And so a couple of those dinners, we've done 2 more after that. But yeah, I make it a point to go out and, hey, how's everything, and explain. I think it's very important. I feel like there's lost value because people don't understand what they're eating. You know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
So it's good to, for example, we made like manicotti with the ragu, you know, and so I told them, yeah, this cream was just supposed to be like ricotta and Parmesan, but then we ended up putting cream cheese. I was like, I should call it the 5 cheese blend. You know, and this conversation with these people, it helps them connect with the
more
food.
Intimate. Yeah, it's like they connected with the food, but now it's like a triangle of like the food, the chef, the artist of the food. You know what I mean?
Artist,
yeah, exactly.
Artist, yeah.
Exactly, man. Absolutely. Yeah.
So it is important. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I was just, when you said that, I was thinking like, you know, like Van Gogh, man, we see Van Goghs everywhere, you know, like we know it's the prestigious painting or whatever, but what if he was there and say, oh, this is what the painting is, this is why I'm inspired to do, you know what I'm saying?
That's
awesome.
Awesome.
Whole different fucking experience, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, absolutely, man. A great way to depict it, because it's passion, you know what I mean? And it's for the customer, like, and that's where I learned it. Seriously, like going back, and it's like I know I'm a passionate person, and so like I just use that to like get further in life, right? So
that's where I'm at this point. You know, I was like, I'm just gonna do what I like.
Yeah,
you know, because I think every person has a gift, you know, and their gift is meant to be shared.
Absolutely,
with the community.
Sure.
So it's cool. I mean, you know, we can get down in the kitchen if we want, you know, but how it's kind of useless when you're in the kitchen by yourself and you make a fucking badass meal and you're just there on your own, you know? Isn't it more beautiful if you could share it with?
Dude, that's the experience that I've had this year, is I've been doing 3 years of personal chefing by myself, and I maybe hired some assistants here and there, but I'm not inspired by an assistant, you know what I mean? I'm training them, you know what I mean? It gets inspiring, you know, because they get to a certain point, they're like really anxious, like, chef, I want to put this gokujin on the menu, like, and I did this. But really it's different now that I was invited by, you know, Chef Marco to come in the kitchen at Lola Rose and help out, you know what I mean? Like, it gives you that spark again, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not worried about anything other than not burning the sauce and, you know, make sure my pan's hot when I throw the protein down, you know what I mean? Like, it's a different experience, you know what I'm saying? So like, it opened up my eyes. I started to just like all this pressure to be this personal chef, like, it just alleviated, and I just wanted to like start like helping cultivate the culinary experience in El Paso, you know what I mean? And like, I was like, fuck, like, it was like an alleviation, dude, seriously. Like, and Chef Graham, Chef Lozano, all these people like are very inviting to what their cuisine is and their art, you know what I mean? And I'm just like in awe, dude, because like I'm telling you, like I told you to strain the sauces, because I was working with Chef Graham, and he's like, yeah, all you got to do is finish these sauces, just mount them. And I was like, chef, I don't know what mount means, you know what I mean? Because I'm like,
I don't know.
I've been in the kitchens for like, seriously, like 10, 12, 15 years. And when he said that, he's like, oh, okay, well, Monte Albert. I was like, oh, okay, that's all you got to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, Monte Albert, finish it with some butter, cold butter. You know, finish your sauce with cold butter. Gives it the shine, gives it the extra flavor. You know what I mean? So I was like, fuck, man, hell yeah. So I was like, damn, you know, like, I probably like once out of 10 sauces, I will actually take the time because I make the sauce. It's good, looks good, and I serve it. But that's just on the fly, you know what I'm saying? Like, usually you make a sauce, okay, it's good, and then you come back, put it on the flame on Monte Albert, get that sauce going and make it perfect, and then you plate it. So there's different techniques, and then when he did that, it just like sparked like a door that was closed, you know what I'm saying? So boom, I brought the sauce, it's good, right? And he's like, yeah, strain it again. I was like, fuck, dude, like 1 millisecond, there was 1 millisecond of like, who the fuck is it? What? Strain it again, you know what I'm saying? But damn, it was fucking better when I strained it one more time, man. You should see the strainer. It had like globs of fucking, you know, things in there. And I was like, damn, chef, like learned, like chef heard, dude, straight up, chef heard, you know what I mean? So I'm straining my sauces now. I'm mounting my sauces, you know what I mean? And not only that, like I'm putting more layers in my sauces, you know what I mean? Not just the protein, starch, and vegetable, but a sauce. And then, you know, if I have time, let me fucking make a garnish and put some knife work into it. You know what I mean? Like,
bro, you get that one.
Yeah, exactly.
Even the stuff you posted today, it looked like, I don't know if it was like a green onion or what, but then it looked like a flower.
Yeah, it actually is a green onion. Yeah, it's the, like you cut the tip off, leave some white, and then leave some green, and then you just put your knife in the white part and just keep putting your knife into it.
That looks tight.
The hard part, not the hard part, but the trick is that you put it in ice water, like an ice bath, and then it flowers up. It kind of opens up, and then you can use it for garnish. But yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Like I've been doing that for a minute, but I just don't do it. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. But as a chef, like it's part of plating to get that little bit extra time to make something a little bit extra poppy, you know, even if it's like you bought edible flowers or you know, have some chives and they're beautifully fucking straight, you know what I mean? Or whatever the case may be, you know what I mean? Like garnishing is part of the art of, you know, plating, honestly.
It's like the attention to detail.
It is, but there's so much into it, like symmetry and, you know, wiping the rim of it, having an inch border, and you know, so many things, man.
That's what I need to learn more, honestly. I think I think I got the flavor down. It's just this. Some of my plating, I'm like, it could look better, you know. It looks nice, but I want it to pop. You know?
As a chef, when I'm giving advice, dude, me personally, flavor is the structure. Flavor is your base that you build off of. If you don't have flavor, I don't think that you can flare a plate up and I'll just be like, wow, that was good, you know what I mean?
Like, there's no salt in here, bro.
Yeah, that's not where you start from. If your plate is good, serve it. Don't worry about garnish. Plate, you know what I'm saying? Like, once you have a good plate and you're confident and you can serve that plate and you just throw it at them and you know they're gonna fucking love it, you're gonna start having extra time making that dish and put in that extra time to make some garnish, make a sauce beforehand, you know, just make some herb oil, you know what I'm saying? Pop some green on that plate, you know what I mean? Whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Herb oils for sure, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't done like the parsley, spinach, that green one.
The trick on that is just using a cheesecloth. You can have a strain, you can strain that 1,000 times, but a cheesecloth will get it to where it's bright and clear and it drops on your plates real nice, you know what I'm saying? So
have you tried those like pearls? Like
pearls is the next step for me, man. Seriously, that gastronomy, what's it called? Microbial fucking gastronomy. Yeah, that's fucking serious shit, man. I want to get into that because like those beads, Chef Marco and Lola Rose, they put the oyster out on one of their menus, man, and I'll remember it for the rust of my life, bro. Seriously, it was so fucking good. It was just like I think a soy pearl, like a soy pearl made. Maybe it was ponzu, but it was like
on the oyster.
Yeah, and then it had like some kind of like frost, dude, like a flavored frost. So it had the oyster, the frost, and then the pearl, and then a garnish, you know, some herb. I was fucking amazed. And then not only was I amazed by the dish, Carlos, the GM, comes by. You know him? Yeah, he comes by and he goes, "Hey, chef, there's some extra moisture. Would you like one?" I was like, "Oh fuck!" He drops one for me and my date, and I'm like, "Oh man, memorable moment for sure."
I think we should give a shout out to Lola Rose.
Yeah, dude, always,
Marco and the absolutely, because they're really like elevating the restaurant experience, and they're bringing that quality. Yeah, you know, and it's a beautiful venue. The restaurant's beautiful, but I worked with Carlos at I helped him for, have you heard of Progress 321?
Yes. Yeah.
So last year he was a big daddy. I don't know, but he was in charge, you know?
Sure, yeah.
And so I had connections.
He's like a chair. He's on the chair, like of how coordinating the event.
Yeah. Well, it was him and Stephanie Hernandez, who I don't know what she does much, but she's also a chef, and they were in charge of this whole event, which was, I'm sure it's thousands of dollars. This event.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So
it's do you know what it's called?
I don't, but I know it's like a fundraising organization, right?
Yes.
So they basically make a chef's table dinner, right? Like all these chefs,
10 different chefs.
Yeah, 10
16 course paired, which is insane, bro. You're gonna 16 courses,
and that's fucking amazing, dude. And I wasn't a part of it, and I hope that I can be part of it this coming year. But that's a really cool because like as somebody who's a donor or a potential donor, like you want to obviously donate your money to the best cause, and not only get like maybe some reward from it, a return, you know what I mean? Like, like obviously write it on your taxes, but this is where you pay for a dinner, and it's obviously X amount of dollars, but it's from 10 chefs that make a 16-course menu.
Around El Paso.
Oh man, what an experience, dude. What an experience, dude.
And then I brought that up because seeing Carlos lead people and the way he would talk to people and the meetings he would have before and the way he treats his employees I was like, that's a leader, you know. I have mad respect for that dude because I'm like, that guy's putting in that work. He's involved with the community, you know. So mad
shout out Carlos.
Mad respect.
Yeah, definitely.
The team.
And the team is him and Marco, and then Oscar is the sous chef. Okay. Yeah, that's a really good team, honestly, and that's where it changed my life too. This last year, I want to say this year, but it was last year. Yeah, it was like October or something like that when I finally like got into Lola Rose. That shit was nice, man. Seriously,
it's dope.
Absolutely.
And shout out to you too, because I see you supporting all these different chefs and going to those events, you know. So that's important too.
I think so too, man. And half the time I'm invited, but you know, even if I'm not, I definitely want to check out what that artist is putting out, you know what I mean? And it's not about competition, it's about like being inspired, you know what I'm saying? Like when I saw Chef Lozano at the Ay Dios Mio and he's hanging fucking vegetables and meat.
Dude, that's crazy. I want to go to one of those.
What kind of shit is that, man? That's wild, man. That's wild, dude. And just watching it, right? You try to break, as an engineer, Dave, you tried to break it down and figure out how it actually works?
What, the colgado?
Yeah, or do you know?
I've never even seen it. So
yeah, colgado. That's actually Chef Graham's name they called him when he was younger. I don't know if you... No, I'm just kidding. No.
Like, what?
No, but that was a crazy way to cook, man. Honestly, like he
that's dope.
would hang the fucking meat, and then like even the way he wrapped it up, and like because you have to like the fire's here, like you have to like move it and like all.
But what's happening? Is it rotating or something or what?
Dude, it's something that I actually don't know, and they're doing it. I think right now over at Lola Rose. Right now they're doing a colgado. Yeah, for sure.
They're doing a collaboration, but I don't know with. Was it Tap Diaz? No.
Was it? Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, but Chef Graham is there. I think he's doing a whole pig.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man, he's doing a whole pig, man. He already had it fabricated, the whole thing. It's got like fucking laid out and shit like that. Insane. Yeah, he's gonna make that crispy skin. Insane, dude. So, man, Chef, we did a kind of your brief like cooking history. That's what I wanted to hear, but I think we kind of did that. As far as a chef, though, what inspires you? Who or what inspires you?
I think it's like the future of food. You know, I see a place where people shop more in local farms and they source their ingredients from better places. There's a lot of like egg farms. There's people who provide. I mean, there's Licon Dairy who has milk. You know, like what inspires me as a chef is like to see a world where we start eating better and we start supporting the local farmers. Because it's crazy. I mean, I get excited about that stuff. I don't know why. Like when awesome. I have my classes and I'm like, this cabbage, these carrots that you're eating today, like they were literally picked, like harvested like 3 hours ago. That's insane to me, you know. Like I love that, and I know some people don't care because I've told like I have my assistants. Some of them are not in the cooking food, you know. And the other time he was like, I know, bro. Like you've already told me so many times, but I'm like, it's important, you know. It's so important to the produce. It's because I learned a lot because I have a cousin in New Mexico who has his own farm, and at some point he's like, hey, can you help me with the business plan? And I'm like, yeah, sure. So I helped him, and I learned about regenerative farming and aquaponics, and I'm like, yo, like the food we're eating nowadays has no nutrition.
Yeah,
like, even the veggies
mass produced
or garbage, flavor. Yeah. You know, you go to bodega and like I remember having or even the carrots, they pull them out and smells like carrots, or they wash them and it just smells. I'm like, yeah. Or the cantaloupe, you don't have to cut it up, it smells. I'm like, dude, like
That's fucking
this is how
good.
it should be.
Hell yeah.
So
I remember my
that
grandfather
excites me.
at his house, he grew a garden, small garden, but it was cherry tomatoes. And I swear to God, I've never ever tasted another tomato that tasted like those cherry tomatoes, so fresh, so juicy. Like, and he always said like, I don't buy tomatoes because they're just water. It's just water. And I was like, why? And then you taste that cherry tomato, you're like, oh, that makes sense. And I'm always striving to find those tomatoes that are that good. You know, heirloom tomatoes can definitely get there, you know what I'm saying, but you're paying a price for those, you know what I'm saying, but
it's flavor, you know.
It's
Flavor, and like on top of the flavor thing, it's nutrition for the body that we all like, that all of us are severely lacking, you know.
Oh, definitely, absolutely, yeah, man. Even the omega-3 fatty acids, you know what I mean, people are like, I don't eat fish. I'm like, you know, you should every once in a while get a fish. You know, right, something like that, or a pill. Yeah, it's tough, man. Like kids too. Like my kid doesn't like fish that much, but I'm like, you know, go to Long John Silver's and just like, oh, that's fish. I thought it was chicken. Well, next time I make fish, you should try it. Okay,
that's smart.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just got.
We found a way for him to like connect.
Connect with it and kind of like not be so like, because it's weird, the texture thing. It's a texture thing with fish. You know what I mean? Especially, and then salmon. Sometimes people undercook it or leave it out and it smells, dude, or it has that fishy flavor. You know what I'm saying?
Or I think you get like. Yeah, I mean, you can overcook it and it just sucks. So.
Yeah, dude, hard. It's all like hard for sure.
But yeah.
So fresh and farm raised, like locally grown and stuff like that. But
what I'm moving into is like basically who I want to be is like, I'm gonna be the person who's like, we need someone who can do like farm to table and who has the connections to give us stuff that's from this region. You know, that's who I want to be. Like.
So let's say like right now, like if I was like, you know what, I buy my mushrooms from fucking Whole Foods all the time, but maybe is there any local source that I can get mushrooms from?
There's this girl in New Mexico. I think she's in Albuquerque or Las Cruces, but it's Full Circle Mushrooms.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if you
shout out Full Circle Mushrooms, because they do follow me and they've liked a couple of stuff that I do, and then I see like some of the chefs in town using their stuff. So yeah,
they're everywhere. And that's like a woman-owned business, right? You know, which is awesome too.
Absolutely, shout out women.
And then like another good local place that everyone uses, like Sun City Sprouts. Yeah, those are my homies, and they do microgreens and they give to Casa Pantera and. And
I think Wolf Dragon's the one that I've seen at Upper Valley Market. Have you ever seen him? Wolf Dragon? Microgreens, yeah. And he introduced me to sunflower greens. Have you ever seen those? Man, so there's, I would say that's like, I don't even know, like say parsley, but it was like plumped up and you could crunch into it. That's like sunflower greens. Really? Yeah, it was like texture, like when you eat it you can like almost have like a crunch into it, so I was like, damn.
Actually, little sprouts like that.
Yeah. Yeah, but no flour. And then so I got those and I was like, what do I do with this? I put it in a meatloaf and it was fucking good. It's like earthy, you know what I mean, but it also has a little bit of a crunch and it's vegetables, so it's fucking
and the thing about microgreens is that's even more nutrition, you know, like for example, microgreens
from like, the soil that it grows in, or
no, it's like, for example, like broccoli sprouts. I forgot the exact compound, but it's like phosphorine, something like that, right? So the broccoli only will have a certain amount, like let's say it's 10 milligrams, right? So as the broccoli grows into this big thing, it's still only 10 milligrams, right? And that little sprouts has the 10 milligrams. So you're eating this in quantities, you know. So
great perspective, man. I didn't know that. That.
So it's the same with I don't know about that, but these are vitamins, you know. These are packed micro things, you know, that are just grew. So I throw them in my food, and I'm like,
definitely, we should
be eating them.
Doesn't influence flavor too much at all, no. And then you use them for garnish too, like just stack it, give some height. Yeah, definitely.
And so, like the chef, that's what I want to do mostly. Is I want to educate people. That's what I realized being at the school. I'm like, you know what? I've always liked training. Like, I don't know, in engineering or whatever job, like training has always been fun to me because I feel like I know how, I can see how the person communicates and I can put it in a way for them to understand what I'm trying to do, you know? Yeah. So I've always liked training, and then being at the school, I realized like...
You mind if I ask though, like, why do you like, how do... Because I've really recently learned that to be a good chef and like you have to be a good coach. You know what I mean? Like give them the benefit of the doubt and you know, like maybe I haven't told them. Yeah, be patient. So where'd you learn that? And to be like I like training.
I don't know, dude. I think it's just my personality. Like,
Yeah.
I just like teaching. Maybe it's
Ever
because
since you
I'm a
were
big
young?
brother. you
Okay.
know?
Oh,
I
okay.
have
You take pride in that, huh? You
my
never were
brothers
the
and my
bully. You never were the
sisters.
bully. You always helped them out,
Nah, I was.
huh?
I had my workout to go through for sure. You know.
Sure, yeah, we all did.
I mean, nothing bad, but it's,
Yeah. My brother walks with a limp because I fucking. No, I'm just playing. No, shout out Nick, man. We been through it. It's my brother, man, for sure.
shout out to siblings. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure,
but,
man.
But yeah, that's what I want to be. Is I want to educate people. I want to teach them about all these cool local things we have. I want to teach them. I've thought about like doing. I feel like people don't know how to go grocery shop, honestly, and I've kind of wondered like if I did something like that, would people sign up?
Absolutely, I think they would, because that's very interesting. You know what I mean? I would really go to see what your aspect was, and then also like I could definitely learn something, because me personally, I don't grocery shop. I'm a chef. You know what I mean? I like to eat out and find new flavors, but and then I'm also single. Like nobody in my house. My kids stay on the weekend. So, but when I used to shop for the family, man, it was just like, what do you like? What do you like? What do you like? Okay, well, and then a dinner. You know what I mean? Like I didn't really think about nutrients. I didn't think about like.
I'm saying more like choosing, like these classes would be like, for example, you have your whole pile of lemons.
Right.
Like you and I know how to get a good lemon.
Right.
Right. Or you and I know how to like go get, for example, Brussels sprouts or asparagus or those types. Look at the stem. You know, is it brown? Like it should be white. You know, if it's brown or dark, that's an old.
Or wilty, or just like, you know.
So, and I feel like a lot of people don't know these. Like I can't believe some people do Walmart pickup and like will have someone pick their produce. I'm like, bro, they don't give a shit what they're giving.
Isn't that funny? Yeah, definitely, man.
But
That's big time.
that's what I care about, you know.
And they really do. Like at Walmart, they do throw in the shitty. I mean, I don't think they do it on purpose. I think they just grabbing whatever. You know what I mean? They really don't care what they're put. Because because I've been in houses where they like they get the delivery and I'm opening up the Walmart and it's just like, what the hell is this? I gotta cook with this? Like that's crazy. And then like some carrots too, like you'll shave it and then like you got nothing left. Like it's just like tiny little carrots. You know what I mean? These tiny thin carrots. I'm like, but there's also nutrients in the skin, right? Too. Do you
I mean that's the scraps right there.
There you go. Excellent.
Yeah, I freeze everything.
Let's
I freeze all.
talk about that.
That's
chef brought me a gift or something. What is it? The soup? What do we got here, man?
It's caldo tlapeño.
Caldo plateño, and then you got some tostadas, and then some Munster cheese.
Some Munster cheese. Yeah. So this is like it's like an El Paso soup. I don't know what restaurant. It's like kind of by downtown, but the idea is like. It's tostadas, chicken, garbanzo beans, and then you crunch those tostadas in there, cheese, and aguacate. If you have aguacate, I would put some.
Okay. So the chicken. You said, but the broth. How do you make the broth?
Yeah. So it's the scraps that we were just talking about.
Your compost.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So everything you're cooking, like the skin from your zucchini or the ends from your vegetables,
the garlic, the onions,
the onion peel.
Anything like, for example, I had ragu, like a little bit of ragu that I wasn't gonna eat, you know, and I'm like, well, that's perfect. It has the mirepoix in there. I threw it in there too, you know. So, and then rotisserie chicken bones. Yeah. So it's like all these nutrients. It's really, that's like bone broth. That's real bone broth. You're getting nutrients from the veggies. So yeah, that's what that soup. This soup is. I made it for my cousin. I have a cousin who's young, and he recently got cancer, and so. Sorry to hear that, brother. No, it's all good. We're
working through it. Yeah. I just want to say I feel for her because like I went through it myself. My daughter was 5 years old and she went through cancer, but she's 14 and she's just going through remission. So God is good. Let me tell you that, man. That's good. And I'll put him in my prayers. What's his name?
His name's Ricky.
Ricky. Yeah. Got it, man. Definitely.
That's Sandra's husband's brother.
There you go. Yeah, and he's actually a good friend of mine, man. Absolutely, yeah. So shout out Ricky, man. I'm praying for you. I've been praying for you for a minute, dude. And if you need, let me know, bro. Absolutely.
Yeah, but shout out Ricky, bro. Yeah. You got this. Like we're gonna be fine. Yeah, absolutely. And it starts with the food. You gotta eat. Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a homeopathic method, right? Of eating to health. Yeah. I think that's absolutely 100% a good way to go because obviously you're gonna follow your doctor's regimens, but what you can do is actually start eating right, figuring out what your body needs and thrives off of. You know what I mean? What are the cancer fighters? You know what I'm saying? And what are the things that you can help liquidate your body and hydrate your body and get those things out of your body and stuff like that.
We have like the best machine that has has made itself over and over again for hundreds of thousands of years, you know. Right. So we have the power within ourselves to heal.
Absolutely. And to add to that, I believe that the power of positivity and thinking positive and manifesting like health is very, very important too. And that's just me. I know people are you know, one way or the other, or maybe, you know, on the fence, but I truly believe when you have your mind set on what you want out of life, whether it's health or, you know, finance or just a good job or you know, seeing somebody you haven't seen or whatever the case may be, focus on it, manifest it, make it happen, and walk the path. Though, what do you have to do yourself in the physical world to get to that point? And I'm telling you, when you actually take care of your body with the health, eating right, and stuff like that, go working out. You know what I mean? Like having a regimen of actually doing some physical meditation. Those are all things that are options. I'm not telling you have to do it to be a complete person. These are all options to help you become that complete person. You know what I mean? Because it's such a harsh world with so many stresses, traumas, people disrespecting you, you know, the environment, wars going on, you know what I mean? But what can you do yourself in this circle, in this present time, to actually help yourself, you know what I mean? And that's part of it, it's health.
And I want to add to that is, like, I think it's separation from your phone, because I think
that's a very current thing, yeah, for sure, absolutely.
Like at least an hour, like, and it doesn't count if you're doing something else. Like, it has to be like, okay, this hour I'm like I go running, and I'm like, I'm not gonna take my phone or play music, because we have disconnected from ourselves, you know.
Yeah, that technology has everything has a frequency, and if we're always constantly putting technology into our bodies, all over our bodies, and staring into it with our eyes and stuff like that, yeah, it influences us.
It's a great tool.
Absolutely, but learn how to use advanced human beings
we're
tremendously.
We're the first generations to have this power, you know. So we have to make sure we use it wisely.
Absolutely.
So yeah, separations from your phones, people.
Absolutely. Yeah. I like that conversation, man. I love talking to you, man. This has been a great conversation, man. I gotta ask, how do you maintain, what keeps you motivated as a business owner or even just a leader? Like how do you maintain like to be a leader?
I think of my people. I think of the teams that I do pop-ups. I do a lot of different events in the school, and what motivates me is the people and treating them kind and finding ways to find their passion, what pushes them, and really it's like, I guess my message is like, find what you love, and just do it, you know. Like it can be scary, like you don't have to know what you're doing, like, but most people get stuck doing things they hate, you know. And whether you
for money, or they just feel stuck, or they just feel complacent. Yeah, yeah, definitely.
So I really want people to find their thing. The world will be better if we're all doing our own thing together. And you know what I mean by that is, like, you're doing your thing, you know. You found your passion, you're doing your thing, I'm doing my thing, you know. And like when we find people who have found their passion, and we all work together, boom, it's like,
yeah. Awesome. And with no animosity, you know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. Like you tend to be like, well, I gotta be the best, you know what I mean? And in order to be the best, I can't be friends with somebody who's striving to be better than me, right? That's a whole weird attitude, though. That's a really bad, negative, toxic attitude. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's got to be like, oh, you're on the same page as me? Man, we could really fucking grow, man. We could do some crazy shit. And let's see what's up. Let's collaborate, man. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's totally the way to go. And I've only grown, like, exponentially from doing that. So absolutely, 100%. So, like, as far as, like, networking, how do you...
networking? Yeah, I mean... Really, with networking, I found that it's like my gut feeling. Like, it's like,
that's good. Your intuition.
Yeah. I like, for example, I went to this event. It was a small business association. They were doing like an event at my cousin's brewery, Blazing Tree Brewery. And
your cousin's Blazing Tree Brewery. So you probably know Isaac. What's that name? I can't think of his name.
I don't know. I know Adrian. Adrian's my cousin, but I know there's a couple. Okay. Like 2 or 3 owners.
Yeah. So you were over that Blaze Tree?
We were there, and like there was like this person there, and like for some, I'm like, I gotta talk to that person. I don't know why, you know. And so I did, and like that has opened. That's why I was at Progress 321. Like, it's opened so many doors, you know. And
so you were there working, or were you just there drinking, or?
No. Well, they had like an entrepreneur business.
Oh, okay.
So
cool.
Adrian, it was like different small business owners. They went there, they talked, they gave information. It was a networking event.
Yeah, you remember which one it was?
No, it was at Blazing. I know it was like I know the Small Business Association was there, EPCC, like the county was there.
Nice.
I don't know.
That's a good one. Yeah, I did a couple of those entrepreneur. One of them was like BNI or something like that. But there's a couple other. Yeah, network. I recommend at least trying those networking events. You know what I mean? Because like you show up, you kind of like, oh, I hate meeting new people, but that little conversation with that person goes far, man. Like I remember I met somebody that owned a pizzeria, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, man. There are 2 entrepreneurs own I stopped by, ate the food, great food, man. Get to know them, like, you know, it's a vibe because you're on the same level. Like I'm an entrepreneur. I have a business. I'm trying to grow. You know what I mean? So
yeah, and
so you think networking is important?
Yeah, I mean, we need to build community. Like in the beginning of engineering, I was like, I felt like I was the boss, and I would tell people and then I figured out, like, you know what, if I work with the people, like, it's a bit, and that's what the degree was. It was a degree that was teaching you how to work in teams, and so yeah, we definitely build community. Like,
how about a different aspect of marketing? Like, what do you think? Do you market your business or your
not yet, but it is important. Like, that's eyes. Like, I think a big downfall of businesses is like people just don't know about you. People just don't know what you have to offer, you know. So
attention is
super important. Yeah,
most important asset. Yeah, you gotta. So like social media though, or what would if you had a like, because like you're working at Texas Culinary Institute. You have the collaboration you do with Bodega Loyal.
Yeah.
And then you have a kind of like a business in the works with your brother, right?
Oh yeah. So that's the EXP,
right?
Where it stands for the experience.
The experience, okay.
And that's really what it is, you know. It's an experience when you go through it. It's a combination of private dining and live music.
Okay.
And so we want to do it more for like small parties, more intimate settings.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
And so what we do is, you know, we like go to your house or really wherever you want. I think it can even be like an Airbnb. Like, I think that would be something people should be doing more now. Like, have you thought about that? Like,
oh yeah, definitely. It's just putting pen to paper. Like, you're actually making that happen, because like it seems like an event. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, and I haven't really done an event yet.
So that's what we're moving more towards. That's one aspect. Like, we want to do it for people, and also we're online. You could on YouTube. It could be at Feel the EXP.
Okay.
You can look us up, but we do that. But we do videos. So we're gonna do videos like in different locations. The idea is like also like we want to travel abroad with our lives, you know. Like, I love El Paso, but I'm like, the world has so much to see. So the idea is like, it's a vacation, but it's our job. Like, we'll go to Spain, we're gonna use their ingredients, and we're gonna shoot a video like in the mountain, you know. So I recommend
badass, dude.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
It's a different form of entertainment.
Yeah.
So I hope people can see it, and that video is to inspire people. You know, we're all doing what we love. And
how did this business idea, how did it come to fruition, or how did you create it?
I don't even remember the start. I mean, I was looking at my Instagram today, and I have like a story saved there, and it said like 2 weeks ago I asked my brother if he wanted to do an experience or something, and that was crazy, you know. Like, that's I did talk to him something like, hey, would you want to do like a dinner or something? I make the food and you make the, you know. It was like
sure.
And then like 2 weeks later we had that opportunity. It was crazy, you know, for this nonprofit for like 80 people. So and we've never done this shit ever.
So just some crazy hair in your ass, and you were just like, yeah, you know what? You want to fucking, I'll cook, and then you just put your videos up, and
yeah. And
it was like a small idea, but you're like later, like, this could be a fucking big idea. Yeah.
It happened with the first video, you know. I don't know, the video
Do you have that posted on your EXP?
It's on YouTube.
Yeah? What's the EXP? What's that Instagram handle?
Feel the EXP. Everything is Feel the
EXP. Okay.
Yeah. Feel and then the EXP. Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's, and then you'll be able to see, because like there's I think there's one good picture, because like it's like a white background or in the floors too, and like you're cooking, and then you can see your brother, and like there's a visual in the back.
Yeah, and it's all live. Like, the point of it is like we live like in a super edited world. All the shit you see they did something to it, you know.
Yeah. So you're seeing
like our food.
You're seeing a live creation,
so
basically.
You're seeing like in that video, it's beautiful, because I fucked up the avocado. Like, you know, for some reason I'm like, I know how to cut an avocado, but I was gonna get a circle out of it, you know. So I needed a slice, and so it was the first shot, and I like cut through the seed, and I'm like, fuck you. And I could have been, and you could see it in the video, you know? And I could have been like, I'm not gonna put it, but I'm like, that's the whole point. That's the whole point. Like, it's not perfect.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But that's what makes it beautiful, you know?
Absolutely.
So
absolutely, I like that, man. It's like watching a painter paint a painting. It's like it's live art. It's live creation.
It's in the live, it's live art. Different types of live art together. So
there you go. I know you're in the chef code and you're in the chef forum. I really think it's more of a fixture, like a artist, like an art piece of art, that you're doing. So.
And I think the value is gonna go up for it. Like, people are gonna see the value of food. You know, it's awesome. But we're getting that. I mean, it's, you know, people like you doing what you're doing, and Marco and Enrique and all of them getting down. You know, all of us getting down, doing our thing.
So besides the EXP, do you have any business plans for the future?
No, I mean, that's my main thing. Food, music.
Focusing solely on that right now. And your music?
Yeah. Food, music, collaborating with people and artists, and I'm trying to get Crystal popping in the studio.
There you go. Yeah, we all are, man. Like, shout out Crystal popping.
she responded. She's like, text my manager. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe it's possible. No, I'm like, hey, come over. I have a studio. Let's just make music. I'll make food. So I mean,
that's all you gotta do. If anybody's interested, like, I just got some advice that TikTok is more engageable. Like Instagram is gonna be full of DMs, where their TikTok just has maybe minimal DMs
that's a
or
super
less.
Good point.
Yeah. So if you want to get Aaron Jones, like, that's what I've been doing. Is like, you know, who do I want to like send a DM to today? And I'll be like, Troy Aikman, because I heard he lives in New Mexico. Did you know that? Yeah, apparently he lives in New Mexico. So I was like, you know what? Hey, Troy, man, if you're in town in El Paso, loved you to be on a podcast or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, bro.
Yeah, just put it out there, man. Because what they can do is say no or just ghost you. Like, what did you waste? Like 2 freaking seconds? You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's possible, man. I'm telling you, like, the guys at Timeless, when they connected with Aaron Jones, that's all they did was send a DM.
That's crazy.
That's it. And then Aaron Jones was in a space where he was like, "Oh, you're local, El Paso. When I get back in town, I'm gonna help you out, man, because I love El Paso." You know what I mean?
Really? For you?
Yeah. Not for me. No, not for me. No, for Timeless. They're a barbershop, the Barber Supply. Okay. Barber Supply, yeah, for sure. And they run a little promo. He did a little video with them and everything, dude.
That's dope.
Definitely, man. That's so. These athletes, some actors, they love their city. They love people who are, you know, promoting themselves. So just put yourself out there. You never know, man. You never know. You have that thing that they're looking for. So here's a question that I asked all my guests, and I want your opinion. You know, not the definition, but define the line between confidence and cockiness. Because I know in the kitchen you've seen cockiness.
I think it's like humbleness, you know, and like saying less is more. You know, I really try to like observe, try to wait, and then like if they need help, I'll step in. But yeah, it's just being humble and then seeing how you treat people. It's super important, you know, like being kind.
So if you're humble and kind, that's exuding confidence.
If you're humble and kind, that's confidence.
Excellent. Yeah, and then the
cockiness. Yeah, I mean, I can, you know, it reminds me of when I first started at Crave. I was in high school. I thought I was fucking badass. Like, I thought I was the guy. And some people didn't like me, you know, like they were like, it's just a kid, like in a restaurant, you know. And I guess the way I came off there was just, I know what it is, like acting like you know everything, because you could know a lot, you know, but that puts you can get complacent, and then that grows your ability to learn and grow, you know, that. And so,
and we're just talking about collaborations. That limits your collaboration. Yeah, absolutely. And that's where we grew. I'm telling you, that's where I've grown exponentially, is collaborating with people in the same lane, in the same realm, and stuff like that. So, yeah, that cockiness can be toxic. But I had some guests talked about you can lean toward cockiness when you're when you're in your like, sometimes I'm in the kitchen and I get cocky. You know what I mean? I'm like, this is good. This is fucking good. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, but I'm never gonna be like, this is fucking good. You know what I mean? But like in my head, I'm like, God, this is fucking good. I nailed this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that can be cocky, because if somebody heard you, like, damn, you fucking think you're all that. I don't, but I just, sometimes I'm on it. You know what I mean? And I really accomplish the goals, and I hit every fucking checkbox. You know what I'm saying? And it can
And
probably
you're
portray.
you're happy with yourself.
Yeah, like Dion says, you know, I mean, I'm sorry, my confidence makes you, you know, uncomfortable. But,
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
I was thinking as you were talking that I think now like confidence and cockiness, the only difference is an outside perspective, you know. So it doesn't matter. Like
that's absolutely valid as well. And dude, absolutely, I could be being kind as fuck, but it'd be like, what? Super kind guy? What's up with this guy? You know what I mean? Yeah, it's all in the perspective of the person. Definitely, absolutely. So but I would say the approach is great. I mean, in the consensus of people, the approach of being kind and having empathy is the better approach to the consensus of people.
And having an openness to learn.
There you go.
Yeah, or like meeting someone and being like, I had this friend who's like, oh, it's because like I don't like hanging out with people because they're dumb. Like, sure, right? But I told him, like, why don't you, like, when you meet someone, ask yourself, what can I learn from this person? You know?
Yeah.
Even if they're dumb.
Yeah, I feel like that maybe walking through life with a filter, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're missing out on some things by feeling that way. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Maybe the 10 people you've encountered really treated you like shit, but I'm telling you that 11th person could be totally different. You know what I mean? It's absolutely. I definitely believe in that. And God knows what you're doing and what you're up to, man. Seriously, he'll send an angel for you if you need it. I'm telling you. For sure. I know for a fact. So my last question that I have for you is how you pay it forward. And this is basically like a question that I got from a movie. You ever seen that movie, Pay It Forward? It's a great movie, and I recommend anybody to watch it. But I learned that as you get blessings in life, like you have to figure out a way to kind of like pay it forward, give it back. You know, whether it's like you see somebody hungry, you give them food, or you're like one of the chefs told me that the way he trains is the way that he wanted his chef to train him, but it never happened. So he always trains people and gives them the benefit of the doubt and wants them to be the best chef. And I'm like, damn, that's fucking paying it forward for sure, man. Absolutely. Because I hardly ever have those chefs that would give me the patience and you know, it was like, get that shit done and figure it fucking out.
Yeah. The patience.
Yeah. So how do you pay it forward,
Paying it forward.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I just mostly think of my family, and the way I pay it forward with them is to make sure that I give them the time, you know, because we're all living our own life, you know. We all get caught up, and like so it's important to like schedule time. Like, for example, like I mean, they raised me, you know. My parents, I don't know what they did for me, you know. So I make sure like, okay, this time let me go see my grandma, or let me go spend time with my parents, or let me go see my nieces.
That's good perspective, man. That's fucking badass, dude. Because, yeah, some of us don't go see our family, man, or just stop by, and they're close in town and stuff like that. But yeah, we don't take the time to think like, what about those times that they came for my birthday and they, you know, took me to get something to eat or just hung out with me. You know,
or all the stuff we don't remember.
You know
when we're babies. So I think it's important to pay forward your time and realize that your time is like one of the most important forms of
love,
currency.
Love. There you go. Absolutely, man. Show that love. Yeah, absolutely, man. It's been a pleasure talking to you, man. Like you're kind of a cerebral dude. You don't talk fast. You don't get hasty or angry and stuff like that.
yeah.
You know what I mean. That's what I've noticed from you right now, and I see a good future for you, man. Like keep your eye on the prize. That EXP is definitely something that's gonna pop off in the future.
I appreciate you, brother.
Any other businesses or anything you want to shout out, plug, or talk to, or anything like that?
Just check out Bodega Loya. They're in Socorro. Follow my YouTube, Feel the EXP. That's where we're gonna put all our videos, and you're gonna want to see that type of stuff. It's a type of video that's way different. It's an art form, different art forms coming together, and I hope to see you guys at my classes at Texas Culinary Institute. I'm doing one in 2 weeks, El Paso Gastronomy.
Yeah, what's the actual date? Because like this is gonna air like. Okay.
Oh, true.
But that's cool.
May
25th,
something like
that. Yeah, 25th. Okay.
Yeah.
But either way, Texas Culinary Institute is not something we talked about. But what they do is like an expo kitchen, right?
Yeah,
and
they
give you like you sign up for a dinner, and then with that price of the dinner, you get to watch and learn how to cook that dinner. Or you tell me how it works. Tell me how it works.
So first things first, those owners come from Juarez, right? They're from El Paso, but they own the culinary school in Juarez.
Okay.
And Mexico. They have various culinary schools.
Okay.
And so they saw that movie Hitch, and in the movie, they go on a date to cook some food.
Right.
So So yeah, that's where the owners got the idea of like, let's make it a date night. So people come to this establishment, like 14 people, that's the max. And it's like a date night type vibes, but you can come by yourself too.
Right.
BYOB, so that's fun. And then
you bring a bottle of wine or something?
Yeah, bring a bottle of wine. Okay. Sometimes they bring tequila, you know. Take care of the chef.
Do they share? Yeah, do they share? Nice.
But yeah, so we do like a 3-course meal. All the prep is done by us, by the chef and the assistants, and then so you come, most everything's cut, but you cook it. You cook it yourself. The chef walks you through how to make, for example, I did a garden gourmet and I made egg rolls with cabbage and stuff from the farm, pad thai, and then like a strawberry brulee. So we made all that together within the course of 3 hours, and then you eat after, and it's a super fun time. So
wow, that sounds like a great date night, good time, good whatever. Just schedule it to have some fun, man.
They're making a brand new like state-of-the-art building this summer, so right now I think it's they're popular, but like they're gonna pop off, and like it's gonna be hard to book classes.
Yeah, I've seen what you promote it, and you have pictures and stuff like that, and I get the idea, the concept. Some of my clients though have been in your classes, and I see that perspective of them like,
really?
Cheers, isn't this fun? Like, look what we're doing. You know what I mean? It is. They look like they're genuinely having fun, and that's cool because I've had people ask me, do you do cooking classes? And I have like an idea, and I've done a couple, but I don't really have it structured. You know what I mean? So that's something that I don't really necessarily offer, but like I love to do it. Like I'd love to like hone it, do it more to figure out how I could do that more as a personal chef. You know what I mean? Like go inside your home and then like cook. What I actually do is like cook like the 4-course menus that I have, and with them, it just takes longer than I thought. Like it usually takes me like 2 hours to cook the whole meal and serve it. When I'm cooking, it could take up to like 4 hours, man. Like so, I was like, all right, this has got to be refined a little bit better. You know what I mean? But the experience was there. They enjoyed it, and the gentleman, it was his birthday gift for me to come and teach him how to cook, and he learned, man. He's like, man. I've been cooking salmon ever since you left, man. So I appreciate that, you know, because people are intimidated to cook certain proteins and different things like that. So
to be in the kitchen at all.
Yeah, true that. Absolutely, yeah. Definitely don't even step into the realm. So, man, it's a pleasure talking to you, Diego, and getting to know you, man. It's a pleasure, dude. Honestly, yeah, definitely, man. So
I appreciate it.
Look out for Diego on Instagram, and then appreciate y'all watching, man. Stay motivated, stay positive, and keep going, y'all, because this is a hard life. But yo, we got this. Stay up, y'all.